Slow-mo go now. Hello there, Optimus Prime here. Back again with some more Master of the Universe Origins reviews. Now, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do Stratos, but I don't have a huge amount to say about Stratos. He's very grey. Very grey, but he does have an amazing beard. Anyway, I'm not going to do Stratos today. I may do Stratos with Hordak a little bit later on and have battled the grey figures. Who knows? So instead, I'm going to double down and do a double video on two Masters of the Universe Origins Deluxe figures. This time, the turn of Ram Man and Clampchamp. I have the booth mode! Yeah, so here we have two lovely Masters of the Universe Origins figures. Ram Man and these boxes are huge, they don't really fit in the booth. Clampchamp. So again, these are the deluxe figures, so they come on the nice big cards with the accessories that are more so than the accessories you get with a standard figure. They cost a few more pounds, and yeah, again, on the back, lovely artwork. Clampchamp is fighting Ninja while King Randor poses, and there's a little thingy in the corner there. And it shows us that his thingy does a thingy, and other characters who may also be available. In fact, I have all of them. Huzzah! So, what I'm going to do, and then let's have a quick look at Ram Man. Ram Man, again, one of my favourites, one of the figures I had when I was a small child. I loved him. He had a little tiny button on his leg that when you pushed his body into his feet, he would fall over. And he's got his axe, and he's got a second axe because 2 axe reasons. He has his face plate on, which is quite cool, and he has a secondary hand which has a open hand to hold his axe. Cool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack these two bad boys open, and then I will be back with a more detailed look at these two chaps. I'll be back. Okay, so these two have now been released from their plastic prisons. Let's start with Clampchamp. Now, I'll be completely honest, he is not a character that I have any attachment to whatsoever, as I never had him as a child, and I believe he came out as my interest in Master of the Universe was somewhat waning as a child. I don't really remember him at all, although he probably came out around about the same time as Rio Blast, who is amazing and I loved him. I don't remember seeing him in the shops, I never had him, yeah. So I haven't got a lot to say about him. I don't really know much about his character either. Yeah, so I think he's the first black He-Man figure? I could be wrong. And that in itself is a cool thing. So yeah. But again, I haven't got a huge amount to say about him because I don't really know much about him. However, let's have a look at him for what he is. So he has the standard He-Man body type, the standard He-Man arms, the standard He-Man hand. In fact, he is literally He-Man. He has exactly the same everything. Nothing is different on his actual main body. He has furry pants, but they're painted red. He's got the standard boots, standard bracelets. He's got the same body armor as Fisto, and it does suffer again from the same somewhat shoddy painting. It's just not great. Not great on those things. I think it's maybe to do with the fact that it's sort of a rubberized plastic, and they don't. I don't know. They don't really have. It's a bit. Yeah, I don't like it. I really like his face sculpt though. He's got a really cool little face sculpt. He looks quite intense. That's quite cool, and he comes with an additional head, which is smiling. I love the eyebrow raise there as well. That is superior. I really like that. In fact, I'm going to swap heads. Ugh. Oh no, his head's gone under the stairs. Oops. There we go. Always a little bit of a squeaky bum time putting these on. There we go, easy. Nice. Okay, smiling face. He's so happy. I really like that. That's okay. Clamchamp is rapidly becoming one of my favourite figures after not being that impressive. I'm just gonna keep that on screen for a minute. It's amazing. I love it so much. Okay, but anyway, he's a deluxe figure, and thus he comes with deluxe accessories, including his additional head, which we've discussed, and this. Yep, it's a thing, some kind of claw blade weapon thing. I guess a clamp. And his deluxe weaponry, which he can hold like this, and then you press this button. Oh, yes, and that is the clamp of which he is the champ. Let's do that again. Move these bits back, press the button. Let's do it sideways so you get the full effect. Oh, it looks a little stag beetle-y. More grippy, more grippers than clamps. But the purpose of it is to capture an enemy of the Masters of the Universe. And who is an enemy of the Masters of the Universe? Who better than Skeletor? Let us see if Skeletor can be captured by the exceptionally happy Clamp Champ. That looks like a slightly embarrassed grin after that poor show of a weapon. If that was something you were using in battle, Clamchamp, Skeletor would have just totally spanked you. Well, slightly anticlimactic weapon aside, he's a really cool little figure. Again, that's not really a lot. There's not really a lot I can say. He's the same as all the other figures. Accessory wise, it's pretty much identical to what the original toy had, I believe, but is unfortunately a little bit pants, like your furry red pants, but not as cool as them. Okay, he does stand up though, even holding that. That's impressive. Right, Ram Man. Now, Ram Man was one of my favourite figures when I was a kid, as I probably already mentioned. He is a darn sight more poseable than the original. The original had arms that were set posed a bit like that, I think, and you could move them. Literally, you could just swivel them outwards. And his body was a solid, well, it wasn't a solid, it was a hollow piece of plastic. His head, his shoulders, all of it, and then his arms, which were like doll arms, they were hollow plastic, were just sort of plugged into his shoulders. There was the only posability was like a swivel like that. That was it. And then he had these springy looking legs that you could push into his body, and he'd have a little lever on his foot there that would activate, and he would jump up, which would literally involve him going hiya, thump. but he was completely hollow. What was cool about him was, unlike all of the rest of the majority of the Master of the Universe figures at the time, he was a completely different mold, and he does look pretty spot on in this version. The big differences are you can bend his knees. Oh, it's very stiff. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. And that one was a bit better. So he's got a tiny amount of posability, but it is more than he used to have, so I'm not going to grumble with that. He does have an additional axe, which you can pop into his meaty fists, which I don't like that as much as his standard one-bladed choppy chop. And he has a head with a faceplate, which I'm not sure I really like that. I mean, it's cool, but it's not Ram Man to me. Does this come off easy? Yep, it's the standard ball joint. Look at his tiny head. Just paint a face on that, it'll be fine. I mean, I can see why he's got a faceplate one, and I think it's probably been in comics or other such things at some point, but I'm going to stick with his standard slightly grimacing face. There we go. And you'd be grimacing too if your literal only ability was to ram things with your head. So, the most important thing right now is to see how effective his Ram Man ability is. So I'm just going to take Clamp Champ out of the way because, you know, I need to clear the decks for this incredible example of... Let's put him all the way back there. Just sure he's in focus. Okay, now I haven't consulted the instructions or actually tested this yet, but I believe if I was to press him down, oh, there's a satisfying clunk there. Now we have shorter Ram Man. So one imagines that if one was to press his head again, he will leap heroically into battle and ram his foes with his thickly helmeted head. So let's go for that, shall we? At least he doesn't fall over. You, ooh. Let's do that again. Ready? Are you ready? At least he jumped that time. It's about what I was expecting, to be honest. It makes a much more satisfying clunk. I like that. A bit loose in there now, and then you can disarm him by pushing his feet in again with your hands. Yep. Again, I'm finding it very difficult to criticize these figures because I have A, massive nostalgia goggles for these guys, and B, they're just fun. They're such fun figures. It's an amazing idea to have basically the original figures, but with that little extra bit of posability. I'm enjoying this line so very much. I'm buying figures that I didn't think I'd bother. I've even just got the repaint of Evil Lyn from the latest wave, who's repainted as the 2000s odd series, so she's got sort of greyer skin, I think, or greyer. Anyway, she looks different. She's not yellow, which I said I wasn't going to get, but I did anyway. They're just fun. I can't stop playing with them. And there's a Skeletor back. So a bit of a group shot, shall we? And here's Fisto and He-Mans. I'm actually very impressed as well with how well they stand up. And there we go. Smile for the camera, Clam Champ! Oh no, saying they all stand up really well, and then he's decided to just not play ball. Let's go, yeah, plans on your clamp. And there we have it. Masters of the Universe Origins Deluxe, Clam Champ, and Ram Man. And that will be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. goodbye to you.
Fingers on plastic.